homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, is doing the things on your homestead that you want to do at cost effectively. Okay, for example, finding implements to go on your tractor may be kind of hard. You know, these small tractors, a lot of implements are not made to fit on them. But this quick hitch is the same way. A lot of implements are not made to fit on it. But you can modify most anything that doesn't use PTO drive, and most anything that does, to fit on your little tractor. Now, my tractor has a Category 1 hitch, and all of my implements fit on this Harbor Freight quick hitch, except I couldn't make, there was no way, because the tree rose too high on the back, that I could make my hay rake fit this quick hitch. Nor could I make my potato plow fit it. But here's a good example. I have a Category 1 trailer mover, and all it is a receiver hitch that fits on your 3-point thing. But now it was Category 1, so it was way too small from the quick hitch. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, if you look right here, right there, there's my quick hitch, but here is the end, the actual end of that trailer mover. Well, the problem was my pins would have to be 10 inches long. It's this way on both sides. Well, to compensate for that, you don't have to do a ton of stuff. I just went down to Tractor Supply and bought me a Category 1 bar that goes across here that would have fit anything like that, and then took a couple of U-bolts and fastened down to it. Okay, don't be afraid to modify what you need. This moves trailers all over the place, and then here, up here at the top, I couldn't make it fit because this is too tall. It wouldn't fit on my hook here of my quick hitch. So what I did was I just got a tow hook and connected up here through the top. Now this works out just fine for this trailer hitch. I can move any of the trailers I have here on the property, and it works just fine. You can modify most of this stuff. Now let me show you what we came up with here just a day or two ago. Now what I've come up with, I've got some things that I need to move around on the homestead, and carrying stuff in the bucket means that you can't use the bucket to pick stuff up if you're carrying stuff in your bucket. So what I've been doing is I've been looking around for something called a carry-all. Now a carry-all is a 3-point implement that fits on the back of your 3-point hitch, and you can carry stuff from one location to another. I'm going to modify these to fit on my tractor if they won't already fit. Now it's possible that they might already fit. Now one of these came off of an old Ford tractor, one of the old red Fords. Probably a 1950s Ford, probably a 40 or 50 horsepower, because it's a lot heavier duty. And then this one right here behind me, this one came off of an International Harvester, probably an IH 140 or something. So who knows if it'll fit. I haven't tried either one of them, but I tell you, I buy all my implements like that used. I bought the trailer mover used, $8 at a flea market. $8. The metal's worth more than that. But I bought that one for $8. I paid $50 for this one and $75 for the heavier duty one. And those are going to help me around the homestead a lot. And over the next couple of days, I'm going to refurbish them and bring you along for the ride and let you know what I'm going to use them for. But first off, I want to get the quick hitch, get that trailer mover off the quick hitch, and then I want to do some measurements, and then we'll determine if this will fit on my quick hitch without too much modification. It might or it might not, I don't know. I hate it when you're like that. I hate it when I drop stuff too. Alright. Get that way. Let's do some measuring. If I measure outside to outside, my quick hitch is right at 29 3/4 inches. And inside to inside, it's 27 1/4. So let's have a look and see how my two things come out. Okay, if we measure, oh, it looks like that one might fit on the quick hitch just fine, but we got to see how it fits here, so let's get it off the truck. I don't feel like doing it the hard way, so I'm going to do it as easy as possible. The thing's heavy, but it's not as heavy as what you think. Once it's got the wood on it, it's going to be real heavy. Let me get you all back out of the way. Oh. There we go. It's down. Now let's see if it'll fit on the tractor. Okay, here's the problem. You can see right here that this is already up to there, so it's definitely not going to fit in that. But while this side is in, this side is not long enough. So I need this pin to be longer, or both pins to be longer. Well, if you look behind, if you look back here, you'll see that there's still a lot of thread there. So all I have to do is make that thread farther out. So let's get at that. But I don't want to do it down here on the ground. My little back says phooey on that. So let's get this up in the air. Now it's up to a comfortable height where I can work on it. But I'll have to keep an eye on this bucket. Since I've bought these new pallet forks, the bucket wants to sink a little. So I'll just have to make sure that that don't happen while I'm working on it. So let's get started at getting those bolts loose. Now pretty much all of these category 1 implements are 1 1/4. But if you know about that stuff, you know that 32 millimeters is just a 1/1000th bigger than 1 1/4. So a 32 millimeter works just fine on them. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get these off. This one's pretty rusty. I probably should do it on that side. That one looks pretty clean. But I'm going to try and get this rusty one off. Now I may have to go back in and get me a pipe wrench put on this side. But I'm hoping I don't have to do that. I'm just going to try and turn it off the way it is. Tightly. Take that out so I don't hurt my hand. Okay, I've hit a spot. It's kind of stuck. I'll have to go in and get me a pair of channel locks or something to hold it. That's the rusty part. Got me a pipe wrench. You see how often I use them anymore. It's getting all rusty. I'm going to have to put some cleaning on it. Oh. Got it off. Now I got to get that nut out of there. Go get something to drive it out. Okay, here's the pin I took out. And if you see, it can only go to there. Well, here's the pin I'm going to put in. And you can see I can make this adjust out. And that one will stick out that much further. Okay, this is plenty long enough to make this work right. So let's put this pin in and do it that way. So I'm going to take this pin, put it right like that on the lock washer. Start tightening it down. Now some people make a terrible mistake. They think that you have to just torque this till you just want it to die for it to hold. The truth is it will hold as long as that lock washer's flattened down. So that's what I'm after. Tightening it down till that lock washer flattens out. Okay, that's as tight as I can get it by hand. Now this is long enough. Put my pin in it. This is long enough now that I can come by and pick this up with my quick hitch with no problem. But now I have to do something for this top up here. Let's do that. Save all these. Okay. This pin right here I keep a stock of longer pins, but I also keep a stock of plain pins. You never know when you're going to break a pin or have one come loose or something, so I keep this back. I might need that. I know, I've got a whole garage full of I might need stuff. Let's see how it fits on the tractor now. Plenty of room there, and I even think it might be able to put a pin here, but I don't know. I'm going to put a pin there and see if, I don't know if you can see. That's okay. That's how it fits. It even looks like if there was a pin here, I could use this hook even on it. So, but I don't think so. I think that's still going to be a problem. But let's go ahead and get a pin in there and see what we can do. It lifts, but in looking at it, that swivel doesn't drop all the way in, but it looks pretty solid. So I would call that one done. It's adjusted, and I'll do some more adjustments on it as I go. And I've got a sneaking feeling that I'm just going to want to put a good piece of loop chain here instead of the swivel. That's just what I think. But this one is modified enough. One down, one to go. Now this one is a lot beefier. I'm a little bit afraid about getting it out of my truck by hand. But I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I'm just not going to get under it. I didn't get under the other one either, but I think I probably might be better off to just go ahead and put a fork under this and get it off with a tractor. So I think that's what I'm going to do and not do dumb stuff. Crystal's gone to Georgia this week, and maybe I oughtn't do dumb stuff. So there's nobody here but me. So I think I'll just use the pallet forks and get it off the tractor, get it off the truck. You know, I hate being right all the time. I tore that little plastic, little rubber rain cover on my Titan attachment forks. I tore that little cover off. I told you it wouldn't last long on my Homestead. Now this baby is a lot heavier duty than that other one. Like I said, it came off probably a 50 or 60 horsepower tractor from back in the 40s and 50s. So it's tough stuff. So let's see if it'll fit. It's going to be close. Let's go have a look. Now, of course, it's made for a bigger tractor. Okay? So what I've got, looking at this, is I'll have to hook on the inside of that because the space from here to here is wider than the, it's about the same width as the quick hitch. So, but I might be able to hook on the inside of it. But then again, I might have to cut that off and lengthen that one. So, let's have a look at them and see what we can do. Let's see if I can pick that up and make it fit. Or well, I'll just lower it down a little bit. Alright, that's got them lowered. Nope. This one's going to take some time. I'm going to have to, looks like do several things to it. So this one's going to take a little bit of time. So I think that's where I'm going to stop the video today, because this one's going to take a lot of cutting and welding. So, but don't be afraid to do that. I may show you how I modify this one too. Okay, that's where I'm going to end today's video. This attachment here is going to take quite a bit of modification, which that's okay too. I don't mind to modify them. That's all part of the thing. If you like this stuff, this homestead and do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homestead and stuff every week, sometimes once, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead that week. Now, if you hit the little bell when you come to the channel, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload every Sunday. Now, with that being said, it's time for me to get on to the next thing.